Welcome back. Welcome back. As you can tell, I'm not in my apartment in New York City. I'm in my home, upstate. I live in upstate New York. One of the last things I talked about up here was my review of Marty Supreme. And it was very interesting following that Oscar campaign. Something was happening. Something very strange was happening. Something very strange was happening around Timothée Chalamet. And me and my friends were texting about it a lot, about Tim, and he was in all these much more masculine spaces. There's this really good interview with Jay Jordan on Pablo Torre where he kind of breaks it down a little bit.
He loves the Knicks. I truly believe that. And I think he also loves watching football because he gets to have all of his kind of artistic endeavors fully expressed. So he gets to do all of the theater kid stuff and then go be one of the dudes. He gets to do both and he gets to have this beautiful balance. So I love that for him.
But right around the time we're talking about it, this Diet Prada article came out. So I want to go through this with you because I think I have an understanding as to what is happening with Timmy. And I'm going to give you my answer right after you like this video and subscribe. Do you like it? I'm not moving on until you like it. Okay, thank you very much. Remember when Timothée Chalamet was a style icon? He was handsome, adventurous. His choice outfit often issued conventionalism, writing the playbook for how to dress like a modern movie star. Pretty good. Last night, Oscar highlighted how his style is becoming off-putting, where it used to feel exciting. And where did it go off the rails? Early in his career, Chalamet was lauded for transforming masculinity, often being pictured in outfits that rejected traditionalism, such as full fuchsia Stella McCartney suit he wore to the Little Women premiere. Chalamet's style offered up a thrilling antidote to toxic masculinity. He was sometimes compared to David Bowie for his androgyny and his ability to shrug off heteronormativity. And I largely agree with that. I think that was something that was very brave of him to be like, hey, I'm going to lean in and be this handsome young kid who, instead of trying to be hyper masculine, I'm going to go the other way and show that there is a far end of security in masculinity, that you can go feminine. I've talked about this on one of my dude talks. I'll link it here. Dude talk, I feel like there's something very masculine about wearing something that is a little bit more feminine. This has also started to show up in the NBA and the NFL with players painting their nails and being a lot more fashion forward, fashion oriented, more androgynous. Bad Bunny is another example of this, being hyper masculine, but also not being afraid to embrace the femininity that is in our society. Let's keep reading. When Chalamet graced the cover of Vogue UK the same year, it proved that he had officially centered his fashion icon status. He was the first man to appear on the cover in its 100-year history. But now we're seeing a side to the actor that is increasingly less endearing. Uh-oh. Sure, he continues to employ Chalamet styling codes, wearing women's jackets here and there, head-to-toe monochromism. But I want you to notice something too, especially in the Vogue cover that was mentioned in the Diet Prada. Look how much his hair is taking up the entirety of this shoot. Now we move on to the Marty Supreme marketing run, right? He's got a lot more of a hyper masculine look to him. He's got the shaved head. He's got the mustache. He's kind of got like the dirtbag look going. He's wearing A-tanks. He's wearing baggy pants. He's wearing Timbs. And he's got a girl on his arm. Let's look at the first comment on Diet Prada. Kylie Jenner happened. Kylie Jenner did not happen. Kylie Jenner, this is not Kylie Jenner's fault. This is also not Taylor McNeil's fault, who's Timothée Chalamet's stylist. It's not even really a fault, to be honest. But I want to link it to two different things. Number one, he gets really into his roles.
In your speech, you said this thing about, you are in pursuit of
greatness. I know people don't usually talk like that, but I want to be one of the greats. I'm inspired by the greats. I'm inspired by the greats here tonight.
Yeah, that was 2 months after we finished filming, so I was
was
sort of,
it? Oh, wow.
yeah, kind of like still in that, that's not in a pretentious way. It's not like a method way. It's just sometimes you're in the energy of the tone and the character.
And it worked for a lot of people because it showed that he cared a lot about his craft, but it also showed that he can get caught up in his role and it can come out of him. This isn't anything new. This happens with actors all the time. But the second thing, and it wasn't until I saw the release of the Dune 3 trailer, is that he shaved his hair.
Timothy, what happened to the beautiful Chalamet locks?
They're all gone.
Yes.
They've been stolen.
Let's go back to this. I think that there's a confidence in having hair like that is just doing so much for an outfit, so much for your own look and your own confidence. And I can imagine having hair this nice, this cool, this good, as you shoot up to become the next Leo, and then at the peak of it, for a villainous role, you shave your head. This isn't something that Austin Butler did when he was on Dune 2. He had a full, and he kept his hair.
The wonderful hair and makeup team did that to me.
Wow.
That's a bold wig.
Yeah, isn't it incredible?
That's amazing.
And it also, and it's not just up here, doesn't it? Where does it start?
It attaches where my eyelids.
What?
Timmy didn't do that. Timmy shaved his head. I have been shaving my head basically every summer since I was in high school. The number one thing that happens is that you get a new sense of yourself. You have your hair, and then you shave it off, and then you catch yourself in the mirror, and your whole vision of yourself changes. Every time I would shave my head in New York, I'd have this long hair like it is now, and I'd shave it. I don't do that anymore as I get older, and I'm like, hold on now. Hang on, let's not tempt fate here. Let's make sure it's all there, and let's not, we're not kids anymore. But when I shaved my head and dyed it pink, that was the most radical, and it changed my whole personality. I had been doing it for a long time, and nothing was really changing. You know, you look at yourself, and you're like, oh, wow, I look way different. And I think that that's what we're watching with Timmy, is that he has shaved his head.
Samson.
Yeah.
You know, your hair contains your power. Could do.
I've never heard that.
Samson and Delilah, she cut all his hair off and took all his power.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
For the Marty Supreme run, he was running on all the talk shows and all the podcasts. He was short hair, shaved head. This new thing is happening in his life about his own self-image. It coincides with him wanting to be more masculine, and masculinity being much more of a signifier of power and status. I think that that's a mistake. He had something really cool when he was able to sort of channel and harness the femininity, but I think it's a lot harder to go back to where you were when you have this new vision of yourself. I find that could be as simple as that. As he changed his hair, and it changed his whole personal identity, is now going on a new trajectory, and we'll see where he ends up. But I don't think it's Kylie Jenner, and I don't think that it's Taylor, and now we'll see where we go. Normally I wouldn't talk about this kind of stuff, but I really love Chalamet, and I've been very fascinated by this arc, and I felt really connected to it, seeing as he is at an inflection point that I think that's gonna be interesting once we get to Dune. If you like this video, check out my other videos. I talk about Chalamet in the Marty Supreme. I also have my video on the drama. Please watch that video, because YouTube says it was YouTube said the content was not suitable, and so I think that it's not getting the number of views I'd like it to get. So if you would watch something else, I would recommend watching the drama. That's it for now. I will be back soon to talk more about things with you. Bye.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I'm going to take you for margaritas after this. I'm going to tell you lots of stories about hair. But you're right. It's like a really powerful
It's
thing.
a powerful thing, yeah.
Like margaritas and read the Bible to Timothy Chalamet.
It's a great combo. It's a great combo.